Hey y'all. Hey, this is Jazzy, and I am finally coming back to update you guys and to start posting like I'm supposed to be, like I've been promising y'all since probably last year. So I'm definitely going to be talking to y'all about my weight loss journey, about life, about fashion, about everything I can think of, and just share a little bit into everything that I have going on. But today, I'm going to focus on my weight loss because that's what I have been documenting within this past year or so. It's been a while since I did an update, so let's get started. So, I think the last video I posted, and it was more so like a slideshow than a video about my weight loss. I had lost about 40 pounds, and that was definitely last year because that was before Vegas. But, so yeah, I had lost 40 pounds last year. However, I gained pretty much of that back. So, there's a few things that's been going on with me. And so I know why I gained the weight back. I'm definitely getting back into the swing of things, trying to get back on track. It's been kind of a yo-yo thing for me. So the first thing is that I moved to another state. So I went from Syracuse to Charlotte. So that was a big transition in itself, being that I have 3 little girls. So that was a huge transition. And I had a lot of crazy stuff going on during my move and during my first year here, transition wise. A lot of things were not going as planned, which of course stressed me out. And I am more than an emotional person, eater, all of that. So I knew I wasn't going to be focused on anything health wise. Was I still working out? Yes. Was I still trying to eat right? When I can. But so that was the first thing that happened. First thing, so I moved to Charlotte. Second thing was just switching lives. Like, my life back at home in New York is completely different to my life down here in North Carolina. Like, back in New York, I didn't really do much, so I could focus on work, kids, and my health, exercise, fitness, eating right. Down here in North Carolina, I am busy. I am thankful to get in the morning that I cannot get out the bed before like 8 o'clock. So I am very, very busy. My kids are in a lot of activities that keep me really busy. I'm doing a lot of things like getting back into school to pursue and to finish pursuing my degree in finance, as well as working full time. So I'm pretty busy. So the transition into life down here was a big thing for me, and it kind of put things on the back burner. So I wasn't really focused on it. And I knew I started to gain some weight back. But every month or so, I would be like, okay, I'm serious this time. I'm getting ready to get into it. And then I might lose about 10 pounds or so, and then I'm on to something different. So that was another thing. The next thing was I knew something wasn't right with me. I knew, now for some years, before I lost the 40 pounds, after I had my twins, I ended up developing anemia, and it was kind of severe for me. And so I would take a lot of iron pills, which, I felt didn't really do much for me. I kind of wasn't taking it as serious. However, it affected me as far as functioning, like exhaustion levels, muscle fatigue, things like that. So it was a little more difficult for me to really have the drive to push myself a little harder because I'm just exhausted. So after my move down to Charlotte, I struggled more because I'm more active, I'm more busy, I'm doing more, and my exhaustion is becoming more. Like, it's becoming way more than it was back at home. And it was to the point where I was now getting like brain fog. It was just worse, really worse. And I was trying to push through it. But I knew it was becoming worse. I knew it was something a little more than anemia. And so I started to research some things. And then finally, what really made me go to the doctors down here and to find a primary care doctor down here is because I fell downstairs. And I never fall. Like, that just never happens to me. I never fall. So I fell down some stairs one morning leaving the house to go to work. And it was weird because I had no reason to fall. I didn't trip over anything. Nobody bumped into me, anything. I just fell. I didn't fall down a whole bunch of stairs though. It was like the last 3-4 steps, but I fell. So I knew then something was not right. Like, it definitely scared me. So I finally went to a doctor, found a primary care, which so far so good. And it turns out I have hypothyroidism. And for those of you who don't know what that is that I have an underactive thyroid, and that is a big factor in exhaustion, muscle fatigue, weight gain, a little difficult to lose weight. It plays a lot of factors in it, and I had a lot of symptoms from that. And so I kind of knew that's what it was because I was researching it, and then they confirmed it. So I am now on medication for that. Now, in the midst of going to the doctors to get tested for everything, oh, and I still am anemic. So it has been 4 years now. I'm still anemic, still struggling with that. And so now I have hypothyroidism as well. They also ordered other tests for me. So then I also found out I was vitamin D deficient, which was pretty low, but that's kind of common in the African American community. So I just take a regular over-the-counter vitamin D vitamin for that. Now, they also set me up for a test for sleep apnea, which I definitely did not think I have. I don't really have it, but that made me nervous because I'm like, I know what that is, and that's nothing to play with. And if I've had it for all these years and it went undiagnosed, it was just crazy to me. So I had to do a sleep study, which was the worst. It was uncomfortable. I went to a place, it was kind of like a little hotel motel type situation. I got hooked up to all these electrodes and everything from my hair all the way down to my legs, everything. And the test was terrible to me. I didn't like it. I couldn't get comfortable. It makes you sleep on your back. I hate sleeping on my back. No. But I mean, I had to do it. So after that was completed, my results were a little iffy. So I don't have it, but I have it a little bit. Like, it's really weird. So basically, I don't get good sleep, and I do get apnea when I'm in REM sleep, which is during your dream sleep. So I don't have it the whole night, which is good, but I do have it parts of the night. So on top of having apnea during REM sleep, I also involuntarily kick and move that wakes me up, which I knew I did that a little bit because sometimes it wakes me up, and then so I didn't know I did it as often as the test said I did. But this is the thing with it. When anemia, vitamin D deficiency, hypothyroidism, those are all things that are easily treated with taking something. Although I'm not a big fan of taking medicine. I hate it, and I really have to force myself to take it because I'm not good at it. Sleep apnea is a little more serious, and that's something, as far as treatment goes, usually with that you would have to have a CPAP machine, which is a machine that regulates your breathing. It's a mask you have to put on. Now, I didn't want a CPAP machine because I just felt like it's just crazy to me. Like, one, I'm not that old. I mean, I'm not young either, but I'm not that old. And then I just feel like that's really like, wow, like something really is wrong with you. So when they said I have it partially, and then majority of the night I don't, but I have it enough to where it affects my sleep, because taking my thyroid medication, now I've been taking that for probably about 3 months now, helps a lot. However, I'm still tired a lot. So it has not eliminated the situation for me of what I have going on. So the thing with the sleep apnea was, the fact that I have it a little bit means it needs to be treated. Regardless, even if it is a little bit throughout the night, it needs to be treated. But medical insurance does not cover partial sleep apnea. So they know you have it a little bit. It gets treated the same exact way if you had it completely, but you don't have it severe enough for them to cover your treatment, which sucks, because if you Google how much CPAP machines cost and things like that, they're not cheap. They're not. So the doctor, and I mean, that for me was a complete breakdown, because it's like, wow, like I'm going to be 30 next month. I have children, and it's like, I knew I had issues within my body, but it's like, really, now that I have a doctor that is really looking for things, it's tough to really accept that I'm still a big but healthy person no more. Like, I now do have issues, which may or may not be caused by my weight. It may have caused my weight gain. You don't really know. So the fact that I now have to cover any type of treatment that I get for my sleep apnea sucks. And so the doctor gave me different options as far as price point. So the first thing was some nose strips. I should have brought them over here. I really don't use them anymore. I tried. They're more for snoring, but she felt like they might help. It's because they cheap. So they like $25 a month. I'm good on that. You go to Amazon, order them, $25 to $30. Golden. I'll sleep with strips on my nose all night if it's that easy. But I felt like they weren't doing anything for me. They're supposed to regulate the way you breathe. So you breathe in normally, and the strips just cover your nose. They breathe in normally, but when you breathe out, it's a little more difficult. So it kind of pushes air, back to keep your throat and tongue and everything, your airway passage, open completely. Now, they say you got to get used to it, but it just made me breathe out my mouth. Like, whenever I have a stuffy nose or something, I automatically breathe out my mouth, and I feel like it was a waste. So I haven't even gotten through a whole box yet. I don't know. So that was the first option. And I get stuffy noses a lot, mainly around the time I'm going to bed. I don't know if it's like, I don't know why, but you can't use them when you have a stuffy nose, you sick, cold, all that. You can't use them then. So because I get stuffy noses often, I can't use them as often as I would want to. So, okay. The next option is a mouth guard that you buy, something like a guard similar to playing a sport, and you mold it to your teeth, and supposed to realign your jaw to keep everything up instead of falling back, because when sleep apnea is like your jaw and everything gets relaxed to the point where it just collapses down, and that's why you stop breathing a little bit. So that, I believe she said that was around like $80. I haven't looked into that just yet. And then the third thing is a CPAP machine, which ranges anywhere from the hundreds into the thousands. So that's definitely not on my agenda right now. A sister got bills. So I can't afford no CPAP machine right now. But I may look into other options, because even though I do take my medication how I'm supposed to, I am still not fully rested. Like, I just want to be able to wake up and not be tired. And that's what I told my doctor. Like, I just want to wake up not tired. Like, the fact that I could sleep an entire day long, literally 4th of July, I slept the entire day long, because the day before is when we were celebrating, and still wake up tired, exhausted, with headaches is undescribable. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people who don't have like hypothyroidism or sleep apnea and things don't understand what it does to your body. I don't make excuses just because I want to be lazy and not do nothing. I'm exhausted. And just like when I tell people, when I work out and start working out, it's a little more difficult for me that next morning, because I exerted so much energy that night before, that next morning is more of a struggle until I get into the habit of things and my body adjusts. So those have been the biggest things for me as far as my weight loss. Now, I just weighed myself this morning. Um, so when I lost the 40 pounds before, my starting weight and the highest weight of my life was 317 pounds. That's the biggest I've ever gotten into my life. I can't even describe, like, I can't even believe that I did get that big. And I mean, you really wouldn't think that I am that big. I mean, I don't look at myself and think that I am that big. I mean, I know I'm big, but not like over 300 pounds big is what I'm saying. So I weighed myself this morning and I am back up to 311. So it's definitely a time to kick things into gear. I have got on track, got off track so many times. I have wrote down a plan, followed a plan so many times. I have all types of vision boards and charts and graphs and things on my wall that I look at every day. I've been doing for years now. So it's kind of like I know everything I need to do. Simple. I've read every book you can read. I get every magazine you can get. I Google everything you can Google. I know everything I need to do. Now, the difficult part about it is consistency and basically just staying motivated and dedicated. Like, it's easier said than done when you say you're going to make changes. It's when you actually continue to make those changes, say like after 4 months. Because when you start on a plan, that's usually when you're the most hyped. Like, you got it, it's good, you about to kill it and do all this stuff, and you out that door and you hitting everything you need to hit, doing everything you need to do by the book. And then once it goes to month 4, 5, 6, are you still as consistent as you was? Are you still going as hard as you said you were going to be going? So that's my issue. Like, I go out the gate real hard and then I kind of teeter off. And definitely if I'm going through something, I'm overly emotional, everything goes out the window, which I need to work on. So I need to not be so emotional and let my emotions take over my goals and my focus. So that's the biggest thing. But needless to say, let's wrap this all back around. I'm definitely going to approach my journey this time a little differently. For me, it's kind of difficult to eat certain foods. Like, I have a sugar addiction. Some people might not think it's an addiction, but it is. I binge eat from time to time. So for me, it's a lot of foods that I kind of have to stay away from to keep on track. But I don't want to go so cold turkey like I used to. Like in the beginning, and all the other times, I will go straight cold turkey. And then I would be very, very strict as far as my diet goes. Like, it is strictly lean meats, vegetables, fruit, no cheat days. My snacks was lean meats, vegetables, fruit. Like, it was like barely any type of yogurts, barely any type of snacks. It was like my snacks were meals in the way meals were. Like, and I just don't feel like that's realistic. It has worked for me, but it has not worked for me in the long run, I should say. It's something that is a great start, but it isn't something that I can realistically do without having any type of cheats or just regular foods, like a cup of orange juice. Although I know you can squeeze your own orange juice, but simple things for me, I wouldn't eat. So for me, is I want to approach it a little differently, be a little more realistic in my food choices, and just gradually get rid of everything that needs to get rid of, and then allow myself to live a little when it comes to how I maintain my food intake. Now, weight loss for me is a little tough. It's not easy. Like a lot of people think when you're big, it's easy for the pounds to just start falling off. Not for me. I don't know if that's because of my thyroid condition or my sleep issues. That could possibly be why I have that issue. But yeah, fitness though, I like working out after I've been working out. I should say that. So initially getting back into the gym, which I do have a gym membership that I have not been going to. The initial getting back into it, I completely hate it with a passion. I caused myself to start hyperventilating yesterday when I worked out. I was completely dead. I could not. Now, I've never done that before, so that was weird, but it was also like 100 degrees in there. I was working real hard. I couldn't control my breathing, and yeah, so I had to step out for a minute. But I came back and I finished, and we did 2 hours. But getting back into it is a little more difficult because I kind of want to go hard. Like, you know, when people hit the ground running, they just want to go all the way hard all the time, and it's difficult for me to take baby steps because I know how much I need to lose. Like, and people say don't focus on the scale, just focus on like fat loss and things like that. But I mean, to be honest, the numbers on the scale have to go down. Like, regardless of the fact whether I'm trying to build muscle, lose fat, get healthy, whatever it is, the numbers on that scale have to go down. There's no way I can be like fit and 300 pounds. How? It's not possible. Like, the numbers have to go down. Am I trying to be a size 0? Absolutely not. I still like to be thicker than this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just want to get under 200 pounds. Like, I want to get down to a healthy size. I don't know once I reach my goal if I am going to have another goal. Most likely. I don't see myself stopping once I reach my initial goal. But I'm taking it day by day, hour by hour. I don't have a set goal of I gotta get down to 200 pounds by next year. It's just basically like every month I want to lose a little bit of something. I don't even have a set number of how much I want to lose within a month. I just want to lose, which is a good thing. So I'm not overwhelming myself, and my ultimate like goal has to be my only goal. I just want to lose a little bit of something every month. So I will be getting back to working out. Now, my schedule going to the gym can be a little tough during the school year because my oldest is in dance and she competes, and that takes up a lot of my time. So it's kind of tough, but I feel like as long as I can get a few days in, as long as I can do a little bit, and everybody say work out from home is the same. I can't start working out at home unless I've been working out at the gym, if that makes sense. It does to me. Because if I'm at home, I'm not going to be focused. It's going to be a TV somewhere. My kids are going to bother me. I'm probably going to be like, what's going on for dinner? I still got schoolwork to do. I need to be in an environment where I can focus on myself. I'm not embarrassed when I go to the gym to be a big girl in the gym. I mean, because we all in there for the same reason, and they actually motivate me to push myself a little harder. So, yeah. This journey is definitely going to be different. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And I just want this one to be my last journey. And like I told my sister the other day, I'm sick of telling people, oh, I'm getting started, and then I fall off. Like, because I didn't even want to tell nobody. I was like, get myself back together now. But I did because that's just stupid to not share that. But it's like you tell people the same thing. I'm getting on it. I'm eating right. I'm exercising. I'm doing this, that, and the third. And then like 2 months later, it's like, girl, what happened? And I'm like, life. So this time it's going to be different. I'm definitely going to share my entire journey with you guys. I still have my blog, which I have to start writing again. We'll see about that blog situation. But it's still up though. And it's on Blogspot, www.blogspot.sizefabulous.com, Instagram, everything. All my handles are at sizefabulous, Snapchat, everything. So I'm going to be documenting my journey a little more, especially through YouTube, because I haven't done that before. Definitely, I would love for you guys to keep me accountable, see where I'm at, ask me any questions that you may have. I'm going to share everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. But I'm going to share everything else that goes on with my life, because I'm not just one-dimensional. Fitness and health is not my only aspect in my life. I'm in school pursuing a degree. I work full-time. I have 3 daughters. Like, it's, so it is what it is. But I do want to thank you for sitting with me today and welcoming me back for the millionth time, like I told you I would. But I'm back for good. I'm hoping to have a video, hopefully every 2 weeks, but if I could do once a week, I will. But definitely every 2 weeks, and hold me accountable to that, because we're gonna make it happen. And I like y'all cool, so we good. But thanks for tuning into my video. Love y'all. Hope y'all love me. And I'll see y'all on the flip side.